Hi, welcome to Dyspraxia Dialogues. And today I've got Taylor from Hackney with us just to ask her a few questions about her experience of dyspraxia. Firstly, Taylor, I wonder if you could just tell me a little bit about when you found out you had dyspraxia. How did you find out?
Yeah, so it wasn't one of those suddenly everything makes sense overnight moment. Uh, as much as it, as much as it was more of a slow realization, I think growing
Okay.
up, I always knew something felt off. My body and my brain didn't quite always match up.
Didn't match
The
up.
the way other people's own seemed to be. But nobody had a name for it at that time. I remember
Mm.
I was being uh, repeatedly labeled as lazy. They would say I'm disorganized, and I was just choosing not to try to do what I have to do. The frustrating part is that I was trying, just not in the way people could easily see, and not in a way that always worked out smoothly. So
Yeah.
when I eventually got diagnosed, it was like a big relief because suddenly there was an explanation for the patterns I've had for years.
Mm.
That also means I can start blaming myself for things that weren't really about effort.
Thank you so much for sharing. When you say you got labeled, was that at school mainly that people said things that were unhelpful, or um,
Yes, in
yeah.
school, at home, even my mom too will
Mm,
say I'm just lazy. And even when she won't force me to do nothing, she will make the remark so that my other siblings will do the things that I was supposed to do too. Say, oh, she's just lazy. Why don't you just do this? Uh, in church too, my parents were religious people in school.
yeah, so it was from a lot of
Yes.
different places really that people struggled to understand you. Maybe that there wasn't much awareness of dyspraxia, and it's only growing now that there is more awareness, thankfully. But that sounds like a really difficult experience for you. How old were you when you finally got your diagnosis?
I was 19.
19, yes, yes. And how did you get that? Was it through doctors or where did you?
I don't remember clearly, but my mom took me for an evaluation. They thought I, I have autism. So many tests. We went for many tests. Then the doctor said it's not autism, it's dyspraxia.
Yeah. And I think that's really important for people to know that quite often autism gets diagnosed or ADHD gets diagnosed, and actually, sometimes it's really dyspraxia that's being missed and not seen. So it's really important when people are going for a diagnosis, just yeah, to have that checked. Is dyspraxia there as well? Or even is it the correct diagnosis if there's been a diagnosis of autism or ADHD? Your camera's gone off there, Taylor. Are you able to come back? Hi.
Oops. Uh,
Can't see
uh,
you. You're
okay.
back. Okay,
Sorry.
no worries. We can carry on. I wondered about in Hackney where you live, what kind of provision is there, or is there any support available for people with dyspraxia?
Uh, From my side of it, the system can feel a bit hit and miss.
Mm.
For children, there are about um like the school support and referrals even, but it often depends on whether anyone spots the pattern early and whether the right people take it seriously. If you don't
Yes.
want if you don't get flagged early, you can end up waiting way longer than you should. But
Yeah. Yes.
adults, it it can even it can be harder because people assume that dyspraxia is something that's only a childhood thing, but in
Mm.
reality, it follow you into adult life, and you still need support, especially
Absolutely.
around organizations.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. And quite
Information
often
requirements.
it's, go on, sorry.
Yes, I was saying, yeah, information sources is helpful. It's just
Mm-hmm.
that it's not always easy to find in a way that's specific to what you actually struggle with uh, day to day. Because
Yes.
post-diagnosis is sometimes support,
Mm.
the occupational therapy, and just advice around coping strategies. But again, it depends on where you are and what services are exactly available around
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and that's really, I think, what I'm getting a picture of different people where they live, the different locations, and the support that's available is really dependent on where you are. Unfortunately, some places it's much more difficult. I had my diagnosis when I was 33, so for my whole childhood, there was no real awareness in my school. So yeah, I had to wait a long time and. Yeah, that's quite common for many people. I wonder if you could tell me, are there any strengths or positive qualities that you see in yourself that maybe you've developed because of having these challenges?
Honestly, yes. I I think I can think of how this purchase has shaped how I think and
Yeah.
approach things. Like, I, I've become quite good at noticing details in a different way, and
Okay.
I've got empathy from my lived experience because I've had people misunderstand me.
Yeah.
And I've learned to be resilient because I've had to figure out ways to adapt or how to ask for help properly or how to work around my limits or how to build routines that actually fit me rather than just fighting against myself all the time. And the
Mm.
kind of honesty when it comes to if something isn't working, I have to face that. And I can't always pretend I'm fine.
Yeah, honesty, that's really important, isn't it? That you had to learn maybe that you had to be honest when you were struggling and not just pretend, because I think masking is a big thing for people with dyspraxia. We kind of maybe struggle or try to appear that we're okay, but you've learned that you really had to be honest. Thank you for that. I wonder, one final question. If you could tell me, if you could say one thing to the whole world about dyspraxia to try to explain what it's like, or what would you want the world to know?
Well, I want people to understand that it's not about laziness or
Yeah.
a lack of intelligence like most people think it is. It's a real neurodevelopmental difference, and it affects the pro process, not just the outcome, too. Maybe
Mm,
if they know that can be invisible. Someone can look capable on the outside, but still be dealing with huge efforts underneath coordination, processing speed, communication pressure, time management stress, all those things is what's invisible. So
yeah.
don't assume you know what I mean when I'm struggling. just ask for support and give it a bit of room.
Yes, yeah. So thank you. That's so important that people need to know that there's invisible struggles going on and not to make assumptions, not to assume that they understand you. Yeah, I hope that people listen and they learn something from what you've shared today. Thank you so much, Taylor, for joining us. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of the day. You know, you can join our Zoom support groups as well if you're interested. We run some group support for people with dyspraxia. So you're very welcome if you wanted to join, and anyone else watching as well. Anyone over 18 can join us. Just let us know. And take care. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. You take care too. I'll write you about the Zoom meeting.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.